What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to another episode here on the Juice Footage Garage. Today is finally the day that we get Papa Smurf dyno tuned over at my buddy's K-Fab and Tune. But first, we're gonna go visit my buddies over at Mariscal Mufflers for a few more performance exhaust modifications, and then we head over to the dyno shop. What's up, guys? We made it to Mariscal Mufflers. We got Papa Smurf on the bay now. Gonna get a few little adjustments done to the muffler tips, and then she's ready to roll to K-Fab and Tune. So let's get busy, guys. Let's get busy.
I wanna be the best in the game, invest in my name. Check no restraints, I'm obsessed with the pain. I ingest, I retain, assess and I change. Possessed by the thought I'll be free one day from society's restraints, money, clout, and fame. Alright, guys, so while my boys over at Mariscal get the final adjustments needed on Papa Smurf, I'm gonna go head over to the bank, get some moolah. Some moolah, baby! Some moolah, baby! And then after that, we're gonna go to, actually I need to find some bolts. The Nick Williams 103 requires slightly longer throttle body bolts, so I'm gonna go try to source these before going to Kike's, because I always show up unprepared to my boys over at K-Fab and Tune. Those guys over there really do put up with me. I tend to show up with like full tanks of gas, make a mess on the dyno. I spilled oil on the dyno before, spilled fuel on the dyno before, had tires explode on the dyno before. You know, it's just, I'm just a pain in the ass. So yeah, I'm gonna try to go prepare this time. All right, guys, so I came to my spot where they have all the bolts in the world, and I'm gonna try to find a slightly longer bolt to accommodate the 103 throttle body. So let's see if they have it. All right, guys, so they had the bolts, so we're in luck. I actually bought two different sizes, so we'll see what's a better fit for the throttle body to the intake manifold. This is what happens when you buy used parts. You're always missing bolts. All right, guys, so we made it back to Mariscal. They already adjusted the tips, and let's see how it sounds. What's up, bro? Let's hear it. We can start it with this guy here. All right, guys, just leaving Mariscal Mufflers. My boys over there did a wonderful job. Tips are really nicely aligned, and well, it's time to head over to K-Fab and Tune. I gotta say, it sounds great too. What's the retail on one of those?
$5 grand.
More than you can afford, pal.
These are classic. They're old. Nobody wants them. Slow.
And he ruined the Fast and the Furious scene for us, guys. No race.
Cheers with coffee.
Right now, I'm gonna pop a Willie like Throttle.
Okay, for sure. Hey, back in high school,
I used to drag here back in high school. Beautiful machine, beautiful machine.
are officially over at KP Fab & Tunes, and well, it's time to get Papa Smurf tuned. What are your thoughts, Conrad?
I'm excited, dude. I want to see this thing perform on the screen. We've seen it on the track. Now it's time to show the numbers. Show the secret formula.
All right, guys, so it's time to get Papa Smurf tuned now. We're gonna start with our base pool. I don't really know what to expect. Kike, what do these things do? Talk to the man right there. What do they do, Kike?
Stock probably 390.
Oh, really?
400 horse.
The automatic ones?
Yeah. Stock though. Stock.
So, what we're gonna do first is we're gonna tune it on 90. We're gonna do a base pull. Kika's gonna do some adjustments on 91, and then we're gonna add the E85, and then we're gonna let it eat. So stay tuned, guys. Yeah, that thing was loud, huh, Kike?
Yeah, runs good. It made power.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I think like 430. Dang.
No way. Off a baseline?
Yeah,
Oh, you did some adjustments prior to the pull.
no, that's the way it comes in. I mean, it's just with the mods and the intake. Wow.
So she's a freak.
Definitely makes a difference.
Freak motor.
Wow, dude. That's like already 500.
Oh, the wasp is getting scared. Oh.
That's good, dude.
He's gonna run good.
That's a good base. Air fuel was on the money.
No way.
Yeah. The torque is right there with the fucking horsepower. Watch out.
So, Kike, if the air fuel was okay, why didn't the car go faster after all the mods I did?
Well, probably the timing's not up. It's still on the factory timing map.
So it's not taking advantage of everything. Okay. So our baseline is 435 horse and 433 foot-pounds of torque with an air fuel ratio of 1287. Is that right, Kike? That's an average air fuel ratio, right?
Wow, yes. Dude, that's good, man. This thing's putting in work.
Yeah.
Wow.
She's a happy one. Alright guys, we're on E85, 50%. So after some pulls, we came out with some results here, okay? So we have here a graph of the red line here represents a stock Camaro on average. So Kike usually sees these cars come in at 388, 414 torque. So 388 horsepower, 414 torque in that ballpark. Our car here came in, our car is not stock. We have the MSD, we have a 95mm throttle body, we have a cut air box with the green filter, we have Corsa exhaust, so an underdrive pulley. So our car came in with some mods, untuned. Our baseline was 425 horse and 422 foot-pounds of torque. Okay, but just to compare our mods versus a stock one makes around 380. Ours came in at a stout 425. After Kike tuned the car on some E, after multiple hot passes, we ended up with 442 horse and 440 foot-pounds of torque. Our numbers right now, 442 and 440 torque, are when the car is hot. So we let the car cool down a little bit and we went ahead and put the Roto-fab. So to make it fair, we're gonna do about 2 pulls before we get the final numbers. Right, Conrad?
That's right, that's right.
So let's see if this Roto-fab will actually net more power over my modified airbox and green filter. So let's see. The goal to beat right now is 442 horse and 440 foot-pounds of torque.
On a hot pool.
On a hot pool.
Connor, what are your thoughts?
I don't know, dude. Let's see if Roto-fab is really what they think they are. Let's find out.
Keekser, the GOAT.
Hey, hold on. I had a question though.
Yeah.
All right, Kike. So we put this Roto-fab intake on this car. What do you need to do in regards to tuning to make this all work together?
You just gotta, might have to change some of the airflow on the math with some frequency changes, but that's about it. Nothing crazy.
What is math calibration? That doesn't affect this change in tune?
Okay. Why are you asking me?
The hood was open.
Yeah, but why? And it's cold.
No, because it's not a fair assessment because that thing's open on top. So we need to close the hood because the Roto-fab, like when you're racing, your hood's closed. So I think we do another pull with the hood closed. Okay. Was there a gain right now?
One horsepower.
1 horsepower.
Está frío, eh?
Y eso que está frío.
Cooler.
Cooler, not cold.
Cooler.
Okay. So I can't close it all the way because there's a wire. So I'm gonna go ahead and ahí está. Everybody tests it with the hood open. It is not a fair test.
No, but not.
So
Wow, that's a big difference.
yeah, it is.
Huge difference.
So how much did it lose?
15.
15 horse with the hood closed.
Then 443 at 428.
Okay.
It was cooler earlier.
So do we now do like some tuning adjustment for the Roto-fab?
I have to adjust it a little bit.
Okay.
That is a big difference.
Okay, guys. So the Roto-fab made 1 more horsepower with the hood open versus our modified airbox with the green filter. We went ahead and closed the hood and we lost 15 horse. Okay. Now this is just slapping on a Roto-fab. Kike's gonna go in here right now and tune for the Roto-fab and see if we can recover some of that power we lost by closing the hood. Right, Kike? Is that the game plan?
That's the plan.
That's the plan. Ruby?
I don't get what's happening.
The hood open or close, same power. Not make the same.
So did we make more power with the old intake?
But it's correct. It's corrected now, you know? Let's let it cool off a little bit.
So the old intake.
But the old intake, the final numbers he got was after doing 12 pulls. It was hot.
442.
And he made 442 with the old intake.
Shit, we lost 8 horsepower for the Roto-fab.
I think so.
Yeah.
See, no? Because 442 era the last pull you did after like, 10 or
Yeah, but I didn't do
7.
them back to back like that though. You know what I mean? Like I shut it off.
Okay.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, it wasn't like never turned it off. Like I just did 2 passes without turning it off. You know?
Okay, so you're saying we should let it cool down?
Yeah, like let's just like
Let's do
a time, like maybe 3-4 minutes.
Okay.
Because that was about the average it lasted last time when we were doing pulls.
Okay.
Yeah. You're gonna debunk.
All right, guys. So right now, what's happening, guys, is this: our highest horsepower number was 442 horse and 440 foot-pounds of torque, right?
Yes.
That was with our modified airbox and a green filter, okay, and the 95 millimeter throttle body. We went ahead and swapped that out to a Roto-fab, and we made 434.
Correct.
Right? And then we went ahead and corrected the air-fuel ratio, and it still came back with what, Kike? 434, right?
434.
434. So it corrected or not, it didn't make any power. It lost power.
Correct.
That's what the hood closed. Well, hood closed and open, right?
Hood closed and open, yes. Make
So,
434. So now the game plan is we're gonna let it cool down for a few minutes
okay.
and rerun it with the hood open to see if it makes any type of gain.
Okay. So, all right, guys. So we want to give Roto-fab a fighting chance here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna let the car cool down, and then we're gonna run it back and see what happens. So, as of now, my sealed airbox, D-fin, hollowed out from the bottom with the green filter, is making more power. Now, guys, I said this before. You got the big brands out there. You got Hennessy, Callaway. I mean, Conrad Z01. It didn't have a Roto-fab. It had a stock airbox with the green filter, right?
Right.
So those cars, your car makes what, 750 horse?
750, yeah.
So I don't know. Prove me wrong, right?
Yeah.
So
That's true.
don't get me wrong. I want it to make more power because I want to go faster, but I just want to justify the cost, right? That's $500 intake.
That's a lot of money.
So if it's worth 1 or 2 horsepower, even in the most ideal conditions, is it worth $500?
It looks pretty.
It looks pretty, yes.
It looks pretty for sure.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but the hood was open.
Yeah.
You don't race with the hood
More than
open.
before, but still not.
Still not full.
It was still at a 442, yeah. So that box had 5 more horsepower.
For shits and giggles, Kike, should we put that back on and see?
Yeah, put it on.
Right? Could it have been a fluke?
No.
No?
I mean, you said at Callaway, Hennessy, they use that instead of this. So.
What do you think, Kike?
I mean, we can, but we did a lot of passes with that, and they were all in the same range.
They were all in the same range?
Yeah.
442.
This one is, I mean, it's all corrected. It should make its most power there.
Yep.
Now I don't know what it's gonna make when we do the other.
Should we put the throttle body on and see what happens?
Body on and see what the difference is.
Yeah.
I think the gain's gonna be in the throttle body.
See. I
Yeah.
agree.
Okay. All right, guys. So I'm gonna call that myth busted. I'm gonna say it didn't do it. I mean, when we got that 442, the car was hot.
Yeah.
You had done multiple passes. We did not there was no cool down between that There was no cooldowns when we got that 442, right?
No.
No. Okay. We went ahead and put the Roto-fab. Yeah, just the time it took to flash it. We went ahead and swapped out the Roto-fab. Took a few minutes, did a pull, and we did multiple pulls. This is what our third one, and the best we got after some tuning was 434. So still, how many, mathematician?
Yeah, so this is 437 right now. That was the highest and best. We're still a negative of 5 horsepower from the green filter with the stock box. We're at 442, now at 437, which means that we lost 5 horsepower.
By just switching intakes.
Yeah, it's apples to apples, hood open, multiple passes, little 3-4
Hood
minute
open
break.
and close.
And close. So we lost 5 horsepower.
Yeah.
And $500.
All right, guys. So we're gonna go ahead and put the K-Tech throttle body, and I mean not the K-Tech. We're gonna go ahead and put the Nick Williams 103. If it makes more power, then we know it's a throttle body making the power, right? So then we're gonna figure out how to put my intake over that 93, over the 103.
That would probably be the ticket. Yeah.
That will probably be the ticket. Okay, let's get the 103 on there. All right, Carl, let us know what happened, what we did right now.
All right, so you swapped out the 100 millimeters for a 103 millimeters
Throttle body.
So now we're gonna rerun it, and then we're gonna find out if it gives more horsepower to go 103 or just leave it with the 100.
The 100 millimeter effective by Solar Performance.
Correct.
All right, run it.
Let's do it.
Okay, guys. So after adding the Nick Williams 103, the car actually made 2 more horsepower over our 95 millimeter. So the throttle body did make a gain, right? Small gain. Does it justify the cost? I don't know. Maybe if you have deep pockets, I guess. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, guys, here is the larger 103 requires a larger tube here. I don't think I can get my stock air intake tube to fit over the 103. So we were able to prove that the 103 even made a little bit more power. So we're gonna go ahead and keep it. But what I wanna do, guys, I wanna replace this air box system here with our factory one. So let's see if that setup makes more power than this here, okay? Remember, guys, people argue, well, why would it make more power? Scientifically, the panel filters tend to have less restrictions over the cone filters. This is why a lot of companies back in the day would always use panel filters versus cone filters. So maybe that's where maybe that's what it is. I don't know. I'm not a scientist here, but I try. So let's try this. Is it really, or is it the lip?
Oh, see why?
It's about the same.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, so here I have my modified air box with the green filter, and see what she does.
It went up, and you have to adjust it.
And you still have to adjust it.
The mic.
I think the panel filter makes more power.
Wow.
Yeah, because yeah.
Make your adjustments, a ver cuánto le subes.
Yeah, it seems like it's the filter that's doing the change, huh?
I'm gonna go ahead and make the decision to put back my 100 millimeter effective throttle body and my stock modified air box, air intake system with the green filter, and call it a day. I think that it's a stealthier setup. and I get to sell off the 103 and the Roto-fab and get some of my money back. So
It's
yeah,
budget friendlier.
it's budget friendlier. Even if it nets 2-3 horse more, dude, is it really worth it? It's not to me. I'd rather just go to the gym that week. You know what I mean? Lose a little weight. So yeah, I know I'm gonna get bashed for this, guys, because everybody likes the Roto-fab and everybody wants the 103 throttle body, but honestly, if the demand is not there, I don't think the gains are gonna be there. For a car like mine that has basic bolt-ons, no headers, it didn't make more power. So it did cost me a lot more money to try this out, but it didn't make more power. So yeah, that's all I have to say. I mean, Conrad, help me out here, Mr. Technical.
What?
Mr. Politically correct.
No, I'm just saying, like, okay, for his car, for instance, it's natural aspirated. The demand is not there, therefore you don't need to upgrade all these extra fancy brand, you know, box name, whatever. The setup you had previously did even better. Now if you're like me, supercharger, or let's say a cam or something where it demands more air, okay, maybe make the investment since you already blew it on the supercharger or whatever. Okay, now step up a little bit and go wider with 103. Now maybe go big box, Roto-fabs or whatever that's out there. But until you do that, don't invest there yet. Not yet.
Carmen, actually, I thought of something.
All right.
All right, guys, and I'm not bashing Roto-fab, and I'm not bashing Nick Williams 103. To be entirely honest, this is really not a fair test because the average person who's upgrading to these components may see a drastic change in power because they have a stock unmodified air intake system. Mine is not. I hollowed that thing, I definned it, I cut the bottom, I put a green filter. So I already modified my stock air intake system to flow more, right? And then my throttle body, I didn't just jump from an 87 millimeter to a 103. I had a 100 millimeter effective. So that's why the gains were marginal to none, right? But for somebody that has 100% stock components and puts the Roto-fab in the 103, whoa, their gains must be astronomical, right? Because they're going from stock to these performance parts. I kind of made my own performance parts, if that makes any sense. But hey, enough of me rambling. Let's take this stuff off, put my stock stuff back on, and let's do a pull.
I think just to add to that,
Yeah.
if I could, how much are you in it, would you say, in mods that you've done, the 95 to the 100 effective, how much of that more or less range?
So modifying my stock airbox was free.
Okay,
all
free.
it took was a Dremel.
Okay, Dremel.
My green air filter, they retail for about 60 bucks. I got it for free. You let me have it.
60 bucks, so
Okay,
let's call it.
60 bucks. My 100 millimeter effective throttle body, I bought it on the used market for $414.
So all in, you're like at 474 plus some time in the Dremel. Let's call it 500 bucks.
500 bucks.
Okay. Opposed to the 103 plus the Roto-fab, which
About
puts you at what?
1,200 bucks.
1,200 bucks. So you're looking at, what is it? 2.5 times more expensive. You're looking at $700 difference. 700 bucks savings, guys.
Yep.
It's a
Let's put my
no-brainer.
stock stuff on.
Let's go. Stock.
Before Kike kicks us out. Alright guys, all my stock stuff back on. Hey, what's up, bro? What's cracking? You guys came to see Boogeyman? Yeah. There we go. What's up, bro? Yeah. No, it's not Boogeyman, it's Papa Smurf. Explain this to me.
There's no doubt about it. The box, the modified box with the panel filter makes more power. We already tuned it every which way we can to try to make the most power with the aftermarket intake tube and the big cone filter, and it can't do it.
It
Well, at
likes
least I can't do it.
It likes the box. Yeah. Hey Kike, thank you, bro. I'm sorry I put you always through all these scientific tests. I gotta say, guys, huge shout out to Kike. I always do this to him. I bring a bunch of parts, but you see, I want to make sure I'm spending my money right. You know, I'm not a rich man, but I want to get my money's worth, right? Right? Does that make any sense?
Perfect sense, dude.
Right.
Dude, it's not our opinion. I mean, this is facts. I mean, this is what the car is showing us.
And it proved it again. 446.
Yes,
Last time we made 447.
442, 443 was the best.
Oh shoot!
Yeah. So you gain an additional 4 horsepower.
Just because it cooled down while I was swapping it out.
Yeah, because it was cool, right?
Sheesh.
Yep. It's right there, guys.
What do you think, brother? Yeah.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium